bottom bitch.
Damn.
You know who you are.
Damn.
I gotta let the world know about my bottom bitch. Gotta let them know. It wouldn't be right if I put this mixtape out and don't show her no love. Let me tell y'all about it.
So, you got this new hit single, Girls, Girls, Girls. Tell us a little bit about that.
Pretty much, you know, I just wanted to come up with a song that pretty much applied to different type of crowds, and you know, something that, you know, black folks can relate to, white folks, different races and everything. And I wanted to do something different from what I normally do. That's pretty much the reason why I got the girl, her name is Erin, singing on it. It's just a song about, you know, lesbians being proud of who they are, you know, and not hiding anything. So it's gonna be a hit. I think we got one. So, you know.
That's what's up. When can we expect that?
I plan on releasing Girls maybe in the next 2 weeks. The next 2 weeks. It's already been recorded. It's already been mixed down. You know, the next step is getting it mastered, and it should be mastered by next week. Then we're gonna pretty much put it out there. It's gonna be on iTunes. You know, it's actually the first single off of my mixtape, Seek Taken. So you'll be able to download it and purchase it. We're gonna put it on Dat Piff and all that. So it'll be out in the next 2 weeks.
All right, so you mentioned the mixtape, Seek Taken. Tell us what's that, like who gonna be featured on the mixtape, when it's coming out, when it's gonna drop?
Right now, the only features that I have, one of my niggas out of Memphis, and she go by Stout. She's on the mixtape. I have a local rapper around here in Jackson, Tennessee, named VVS. I got him on the mixtape. I didn't want to put too many features on it because I wanted it to be pretty much about me. It's my second mixtape. I decided to call it Seek Taken because I know a lot of people that's in the music industry or doing anything, whether it's acting, modeling, and all that. Like, the game is cutthroat, and you know, you deal with a lot of people that bullshit you along the way. And so I just wanted to put it out there, like, when I get to the place where I want to be, you know, all them people that done bullshitted me along the way and then said, oh, Shorty, we're going to do this, do that, and shit. You call them to get some business going and shit, and they ain't nowhere to be found, you know. I'm going to tell them, Seek Taken, you know, shit. It's pretty much not jumping on my bandwagon. I mean, you'll meet a lot of people in this industry and shit. They don't want to fight with you, fight for you and shit, you know, on the way to the top. But when you get there, everybody want to pull on your coattail and shit, but can't sit here.
That's what's up. All right, tell us, who is Shorty Phresh?
Shorty Phresh is pretty much, somebody that loves all kind of music. You know, Shorty Phresh, you know, the name Shorty came around first, I say about 4 or 5 years ago. And the reason I decided to go with the name Shorty is because you get a lot of people in this industry and, you know, they might be biased towards females. So, like, just put it this way. If it was an event going on and you seen a piece of paper and it had a list of people who's going to be performing, you know, it might be guys or other people like, oh, I don't want to see no female. But if you see the name Shorty on a piece of paper, you don't know if it's a guy or a girl. So that's where that came in. And Phresh came in, you know, I just put that at the end of it actually a few months ago because, I mean, shit, that's me. I stay fresh, so why not?
How did you end up in Tennessee? You know, you always talking about, you know, you from Oakland, raised in the Bay. How did you end up in Tennessee?
I ended up in Tennessee because I played basketball. I went to JUCO in Illinois. Shout out to Belleville, East St. Louis, and all that. When I was out there, they showed me mad love. I played JUCO ball in Illinois, like I said, and I was out there killing and stuff. But you know, at the time, I was young and just not thinking. You know, I pretty much let my coach run everything as far as my classes and everything. I actually signed to go play Division I basketball at Mississippi State, but you know, it didn't work out. So at the last minute, I was just like, I called up the coach that was recruiting me for about 2 years, and I was like, just make it happen. He came down, picked me up, and now I'm here.
Where do you see your movement going? The whole Judge Me Not movement, Team Super, like where do you see your movement going?
Right now, I don't want to do too many things at once because it's hard to focus on so many things. But right now, you know, it's just the music. But then I see Judge Me Not branching off to other things as far as like different foundations for people who, you know, that's afraid to come out the closet, who, you know, thinks it's wrong, pretty much to educate people. Because, I mean, if you're not educated on something, you know, that's where the discrimination comes. So not only just foundations, you know, I plan to have my own record label to where I can go back, you know, to different places and actually help people out that probably, you know, don't have the money to actually get out there and promote themselves and network and all of that. I want to do t-shirt lines, acting, I mean, pretty much anything that got to do with entertainment.
I know this kind of off the chart, but do you remember your first kiss with a girl?
Of course, I mean, who don't? I remember it. I mean, I don't feel like elaborating on it, but of course I remember it. I mean, it was a life-changing situation, but I mean, shit.
Alright, you know, Mom, would you like to touch on a little bit on your coming out story?
You say what?
Young Mom, would you like to touch on a little bit of your coming out story?
Sure, I mean, I think it's a great story. A lot of people don't get to see. Like, I believe that, you know, anybody who's a lesbian, gay, you know, I feel that we were born that way. You know, some people, they just figure it out at a younger age. Some people, it takes time. You know, with me, it took time because I wasn't really, my eyes wasn't open to it. But when it came, I mean, it just hit me fast. I had a conversation with a girl. We got to rapping, and that's how it happened. But I remember being there. I was at Buffalo Wild Wings, chopping up with this girl, and all she had to do was touch me, and it was over. That's how it happened.
How do you feel like society and the mainstream industry would accept a dominant lesbian rapper?
It's crazy because I feel like the industry isn't ready. Like, the industry, you know, it seems like they are okay with two feminine women, you know, whether they kissing on stage or in the videos and all that. But, you know, if it was a stud, I don't think that they're ready. I don't know if they are, I don't know what it is. Maybe, I don't know if they intimidated, because I mean, the industry is pretty much ran by men. I don't know if they're intimidated or they just not open-minded, but I mean, it's going to come a time when somebody is going to break that barrier. I mean, it's going to happen, and then once that happens, it's going to be so, I mean, the talent is just going to be crazy. Because, I mean, you got a lot of, you know, not only studs, just lesbians, period, that's so artistic in different ways. You know, I feel like once that one person break through, it's going to open up the door for everything. And like, people talk about it so much about how everybody sound the same, everybody different. I mean, not different, but pretty much everybody sound the same with music. Everybody look the same, dress the same, and all that. Well, why not let somebody from a whole different world come in? It doesn't have to always be two feminine women, because I mean, if you're gonna put the lesbian community out there, you know, put it out there the right way.
Alright. Are there any mainstream artists you'd like to work with in the future?
Man, shit. I really, really, really wanna, I have to say J. Cole. J. Cole, I mean, he just perfect. besides him, as far as females, I would love to work with Missy. I think Missy, she pretty much perfect too. I mean, I'm down to work with everybody, but I have to say J. Cole for the male and Missy for the female.
Any lesbian rappers who putting that thing down you would like to work with?
I would like to work with, as far as lesbian, I mean, it's a pretty much group of Rainbow Noise and shit. I'd like to work with them. I mean, they out of Las Vegas, you know, that's my city, so of course I fuck with them, and they also, I mean, they show me love, so I had to say them. I mean, I know it's a whole bunch out there, but like if I'm doing something as far as writing or, you know, just creating some kind of product, I try my best not to listen to anybody, whether it's mainstream or underground, just simple fact that I want my stuff to be original, you know, so. But Rainbow Noise, I have to say I'd like to work with them.
Who are some of your musical influences?
Well, my number one musical influence is my sister. You know, her name's Cheyenne, and shout out to her. You know, her because she the one that pretty much that got me into music. As I was younger, I used to run around with my basketball and all that, and she used to be the one that's into music and write and all that. And then, you know, she kind of one day she just set me down and, Janae, I wrote this song for you or whatever. I mean, ever since then, you know, she actually taught me how to write. You know, it came to a point she was writing my stuff, and then she's like, nah, you're gonna learn how to write, you know, on your own. And I thank her for that, because I mean, she could be just writing my stuff, and then I'm at this point right now to where I'm looking for somebody, but she's my biggest influence. And then I have to say, I mean, of course, I mean, I'm a West Coast nigga, of course, Tupac. A lot of people may laugh and all that, but I fucks with Bow Wow. You know, Bow Wow, I fucks with him because, you know, he's been doing it for so long, and like if you watch his show, he's going to actually put on the show. He's not going to just stand there and just rap. I like artists that, you know, if I'm at a show, I'm going to see the show. I mean, if you're just going to stand there and rap, I mean, I could just be at home, save my money, and just listen to this CD. So I had to say him.
Last thing, this is a political view on gay marriages.
You know, that's a touchy subject, but I don't know why. I mean, shit, at the end of the day, you know, only God can judge you. So anybody should be able to get married. You know, you should be able to marry the person you love, regardless of the race, sex, and all of that. So I would, like I said, anybody should be able to get married. You know, a lot of people that's against it, for what? Like, you're not the one that's about to get married. You're not the one that's about to sign the paper. So why should it matter? You know, I just feel like, you know, they make a big deal out of something. Nobody did, you know, a lot of people want to judge and say, oh, this is in the Bible, that's in the Bible, but on some real shit, did you wait till you got married to have sex? I mean, how many people can say, yeah? So at the end of the day, if you love that person, you should be able to marry that person, pretty much. That's about it. If you got a problem, I'll fuck your ass up. Oh, I'm hot.
Alright, how can we follow you, find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Shorty Phresh. You can also check out my YouTube page at Watch Shorty Phresh. You can actually download, you know, I got free music on my SoundCloud / Shorty Phresh Music. That's pretty much right now. I mean, I'm all over the internet, but I say the best way to actually contact me and all that is on my Twitter. If anybody, you know, want to book me in, or, you know, just want to collab or anything like that, just email me at bookshortyphresh@gmail.com, and shit, I'll get back ASAP.
know I be Superman fly. Niggas hating, I can see it in their eyes. They talk about the good life, I live good up in their eyes. My bitch don't trip by me not calling all the time. She know I got